This is the Champion Power Equipment 4750-watt dual-fuel portable generator, and just from the first look, I can say it's a pretty solid, rugged piece of equipment. You get that classic Champion black and yellow look, which really stands out and feels reassuringly durable. In my opinion, the design is actually pretty user-friendly for a generator of this size. I know when a generator shows up looking this sturdy, I'm hoping it's not going to let me down when the lights go out or I'm heading out in the RV. From my experience, setting this up was smoother than I expected. The packaging kept everything neat and safe, and I was relieved there was no damage even though it's a heavy unit, around 119 pounds. I remember being a little anxious about the weight before it arrived, but the wheel kit and the folding handle totally make it manageable. Once the wheels are on, you just tilt it back and move it around, kind of like yard equipment, which is way easier than I feared. One thing I always double check with generators is what's included in the box. This one comes with the essentials: engine oil, a perfectly fitting oil funnel, wheel kit, battery, and a propane hose. Those small things really cut down on setup headaches. I especially like that they throw in a good funnel for the oil. Pouring oil into generators can sometimes be tricky, but this setup is straightforward, even for someone who's new to these machines. I did read some reviews before buying and saw a few people mention having a hard time reaching the oil port. I didn't actually have trouble with this one. With the included funnel and how the port is positioned, I was able to get the oil in without making a mess. So let's talk about how it works. This generator is dual fuel, which means you have the flexibility to use either gasoline or propane, and that's a big deal for me. I like options. If you run out of gas or can't get to a station, swapping to a propane tank is really convenient. The generator comes with a hose and connection right on the front, so setting up with propane is as simple as screwing in the hose and flipping the fuel selector switch. The electric start feature, now that's something I honestly wish all generators had. I can't tell you how many times I've gotten frustrated yanking on a pull cord, especially when it's freezing outside. Here, you just turn the knob and hit the start button, and the engine fires right up. The battery is included and ready to go, so you're not scrambling for extra pieces. Key features worth mentioning are the outlets and the INTELLIGAUGE. You get two standard 120-volt 20-amp outlets for your household electronics, a 120-volt 30-amp locking outlet, and a 30-amp RV-ready outlet. This is great if you want to plug in something big like an RV air conditioner or a portable heater. Everything is clearly labeled, and the panel isn't confusing. I think for anyone new to generators, seeing the labels right up front makes it much less intimidating. The INTELLIGAUGE is basically a little digital screen that shows your voltage, frequency, which is set at 60 hertz, and runtime hours, which can help you keep track of when maintenance is due. If you don't know what those numbers mean, don't worry. It's just a way to make sure the generator is running smoothly, and it helps you avoid running the engine too hard. In my opinion, this feature is a real plus for newer users who want a bit more control without having to guess or use extra tools. As for power, the Champion generator offers 4,750 starting watts and 3,800 running watts if you're using gasoline, and a bit less if you run it on propane, but still enough to handle most key appliances during a power outage. I tested it on my fridge, a couple fans, some lights, and the microwave. No hiccups. It started up everything with no flicker or issues. And it ran surprisingly quiet for a generator at about 68 decibels, which I'd compare to the sound of a regular vacuum cleaner from another room. For me, that's totally acceptable, especially since I have neighbors. I want to touch on safety too, because I know a lot of people worry about overloading these things or running them dry. This generator has a built-in low oil shutoff, so if you forget to check your oil, it'll stop before the engine gets damaged. The VoltGuard surge protector is another layer of protection, stopping power surges from frying your electronics. Even if you're not totally familiar with generators, these are the kinds of features that let you use it without so much stress. One thing I ran into, this is a heavy generator. Even with the wheels, getting it out of the box and into storage took a little muscle. If you don't have someone to help, just plan ahead and take it slow. But once it's set up, moving it on level ground is fine. I wouldn't call it ultra portable, but with the handle and the wheels, it's about as easy as something this powerful can get. I actually had a little worry the first time I filled the gas tank, since it holds nearly 5 gallons. I wasn't sure how long it would run. Turns out, with a full tank, I got about 14 hours at half load. That means you can run a fridge, a TV, and some lights through most of the night without refueling. On a 20-pound propane tank, I got a bit over 10 hours, which is still plenty for emergencies. For outdoor events or camping, propane tanks are so much easier to haul and swap out. I'd recommend this for anyone looking for solid backup power on a budget. Maintenance is always something I think about before buying any motor equipment. Generators like this need oil changes, filter checks, and a little cleaning every now and then. For someone new to generators, that can seem like a lot, but honestly, the manual spells it out, and INTELLIGAUGE lets you know when you're due for service. I just keep a small log, and it's never been a hassle. From my experience, this generator covers everything I need for power outages and the occasional road trip in the RV. I like knowing I can power up my house essentials and some extras, and I love having both fuel options. One tip, run it for a bit when you first get it. Test out both gas and propane, and don't forget to check the oil each time before you start it, just to form those good habits. In conclusion, the Champion Power Equipment 4750-watt dual-fuel portable generator with electric start wheel kit is a solid pick if you're looking for a dependable, versatile backup power solution. It's perfect for anyone who wants flexibility, convenience, and decent power without getting too complicated. For beginners, it's straightforward to use, and experienced folks will appreciate the features and output. The main thing is, don't let the size intimidate you. The wheels and handle make it workable. If you're ready to invest in peace of mind for outages, camping, or any spot you need serious power, I'd definitely keep this generator at the top of your list. To learn more about the Champion Power Equipment 4750-watt dual-fuel portable generator, please check the comment section. Thank you for watching.